But yeah, first of all, just to go back to like, say before you joined, like how was life before joining the program?
Life in general was all right, but I mean, like I was kind of, like I said, I was a bit heavier than I wanted to be. Kind of with the weight, it was kind of always a thing with my head because I was all trying to lose it, but never really get there. So that was always kind of something that was on my mind, as in like I was kind of spinning my wheels the whole time through a combination of probably not doing the right kind of working out and also fucking eating shite and drinking fucking whatnot, not watching what I was eating, to fucking not doing cardio ever, probably fucking either. But yeah, like I was just kind of spinning the old wheels, like, and fucking constantly trying to beat myself up over, oh geez, I'm fucking not, this isn't shifting, like I'm not losing any weight, not doing this, not doing that. Because I was in the gym a good bit, like I'd be going to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, but not making any real progress. So I was kind of frustrated, which kind of led to making the decision to get the go with yourself and all that.
Yeah. And I suppose then, since you actually joined, like, how has life been since you joined? What has changed?
Oh, sure, plenty's changed. Like I've gotten so much fitter. I lost a bit of weight. I fucking like I did the half marathon and stuff. Like I've just gotten fit, a lot more kind of athletic. I've definitely, like I said, healthier is definitely a thing. Like I was looking at my what do we call it? My watch thing on it, and it was saying like my resting heart rate's gone way down, stuff like that. Like it's just been a big change in it's been 6 months. Like I just feel in general, I feel a lot better, and I just more confident stuff even as well, because I know I feel better and I look better kind of. So it's very good. Yeah, very happy.
Yeah. Say, like, if you were to single out one thing, what's your biggest win so far?
Biggest win so far? Oh, I'd say doing the half marathon. Being able to do that, and like I never would have dreamed of being able to do that when I first started off. Like, and I just fucking despised it. Like I remember it wasn't that long ago where I was trying to do a 5K on a treadmill, and I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd be bet. And now I'm able to do, like I said, do the half marathon at a decent old pace. Like it's this massive change. And the funny is, I wasn't even doing any running until through halfway. I got with you. I just kind of started doing it one day, and I noticed because of doing the rowing and the salt bike, all that other stuff, that was actually, I'm actually quite fit. I kind of nearly snuck up on me, like, because I hadn't tried it. And once I started trying it, then because my friend was training for the half marathon, I said I'd do it with him. Ended up hopping off him, and actually, he fucking bet me about 10 minutes, and even after training for way longer than I was. But yeah, that was definitely the biggest win, I'd say, just because it was such a very measurable kind of achievement, like the fact that I was able to do that. Like, I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And no, serious achievement, man. So yeah, look, back, say, when you first came on, why did you reach out to me specifically, like, rather than someone else?
Yeah, to you specifically? Well, sure, because I'd say I knew you from being over in the UAE, and I started following you on Instagram and all. I seen the videos basically, and I just liked, it was a bit different, and kind of from what, because I had done a program before with a fella, and I didn't stick with it at all. I didn't really stick with it. I did a bit, but like I didn't fully buy into it. But like with your one, I suppose it was the fact that it was much more, what's the word I'm looking for, accountability and stuff. Like you were kind of stressing that, and that kind of was what I needed, and that, and also kind of sure, like I said, I'm interested in like the MMA and stuff like that. Like it was that kind of, you were doing that obviously, so that was kind of another thing that kind of piqued me interest in a bit. But like I said, mainly for myself, it was like following you on Instagram, seeing stuff you were doing, and I just thought it seemed like it would suit me. Like,
yeah, no, absolutely, and it definitely has. You've made serious progress. So I suppose then, yeah, you talked there about you'd done something with another coach before, didn't really work, you didn't really stick to it. Like, you're saying obviously there was much more accountability, but obviously we do a lot more inside there than just workouts. Like, there's a load of stuff in there around accountability, around setting goals, around, the mindset, like, say the mindset stuff in particular, like all those modules. Like, do you think they've made a difference in your workouts and in getting clear on what you're doing and making it easier to go without actually relying on motivation?
Yeah, well, it's kind of the whole thing about like setting goals and stuff like that has been definitely like helped, and like looking on like kind of the kind of stuff about positivity, the positive kind of mindset stuff, like has definitely helped, and not just with kind of going and doing the workouts, but like the whole thing of like, say if something happens and you may miss one, like it's not beating myself up over it and fucking just making sure the rest of the week goes really well, that kind of thing. Like, you know, I have found it quite helpful. I still like the journaling is a good way to start the day and stuff. So that kind of stuff I found helpful, like the kind of get the head straight every morning and every evening. Like I think it's definitely been helpful. And again, something that I would never would have done before, like something very different. I've enjoyed it. Like.
Do you think like it's been a chore, or do you think it's just part of your life now and you'll continue it?
Oh no, not a chore at all. It's like I said, part of my life, part of my routine now. I wouldn't feel right if I didn't, like, say, doing, whether it's the exercising or anything. Like, I've gotten such a habit of it over 6 months, whether it's the workouts or the other stuff. Like, kind of feel a bit really itchy if I don't do it during the week. Like, if it's happened there lately where I went a full week nearly without doing that, and I kind of just, I just didn't feel right. I kind of felt, but then sort of like that happens, like, obviously, but it's not in no way a chore. I enjoy doing it. It's fine. It's working. The way my kind of working stuff is doing, like everything fits in. I'm in a good routine at the minute, like, so it's in no way a chore.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I know we spoke a little bit already, but like you had been trying things alone. Do you think like that you've achieved more than if you had went alone? Or would you achieve this if you had went alone?
Probably not. No, I don't think so, because I wouldn't have. Like I said, what I needed was someone to, like, the accountability around, especially the biggest thing for me was, especially the stuff like the food diary and stuff like that was really one of the most important things for me, because like even before I got with you, I was exercising 3 or 4 times a week, but I was also not looking after myself with kind of food and that kind of thing. Like, so that was one of the biggest things for me. Like, I do feel that if I had of, and now kind of I'm in the habit, after doing 2 for a while now, I'm in the habit of, I know how to kind of look after my food. I have a good idea of how to do the can and all that stuff. But if I'd been doing it myself, I probably would have done the same thing. I'd have been fucking strong with a belly, like, basically. It's fucking like I was before. I was able to bench whatever, fucking 120 kilograms, but I couldn't run the length myself, and I had a big roundy belly on me. So I'd imagine I'd just be still doing that.
Like, what is it about the academy that you found works so well for you?
Like I said, it's like the kind of the accountability, but also it's not just like, obviously not just with yourself, but like kind of the Facebook group and stuff like that as well. The way people kind of encourage each other and keep tabs on each other, and that's so I suppose that's a part that I thought was very, very good. Like, it kind of, obviously you're working towards for yourself, but you're in it with a few other people as well, and they're kind of helping you along. Like, if you're having like a bad time of it, you can kind of look to them and see how someone else is doing in the group, and it might kind of spur you on a bit. Like, I found that was good. And also then, like I said, the mindset stuff I think was very interesting. Like, and something I wouldn't have, like, I didn't like know that was going to be part of it before. Obviously, I would never have thought like doing any, I would say not a PT, but you know what I mean, with a coach or something like that. Like, that would never be a thing that would be part of it. But I found it was good. It was something different.
Do you feel you would have achieved what you have in a class or with a face-to-face coach?
Probably. Well, I wouldn't have been as, I'd go into a class. No, I don't think so. No, I wouldn't have got the same. Because in fairness, you've been very good. Like, you're very what's the word I'm looking for? Everything's very quite personalized. You're checking in with everyone, that kind of thing. Like, I don't think I would have got the same level of detail, the same level of it's like the same level of support off of, definitely not in a class anyway, and especially more likely not in a face-to-face coach in gym or something like that. I don't think that they would have basically been as attentive and been as kind of supportive as you've been, I would say.
Cool. Yeah, makes sense.
And you wouldn't have had the same community thing as well, I suppose, as well, like with the Facebook group and that kind of thing. Like, that wouldn't have been a thing. Like, so
if someone's on the fence, what would you say to someone thinking of joining?
I'd probably just show them. Well, one thing I do is I'd show them the pictures of myself from before and after. Anyway, that'd probably get them interested in it. But I would say that, to be honest, this has been the last 6 months. It's been, I would say, it's probably been the best money I've ever spent, because it's got me just, like I said, I was kind of spinning the wheels, and I was a bit stuck for the last good while. Like, and it really gave me the jolt I needed and the push I needed and the extra support I needed to kind of get myself right. And I'm so much fitter, I'm so much fitter and feel so much better because of it. Like, so I would just tell anyone that just go for it. Like I said, I would say it's some of the best money I've ever spent, and I would say that to anyone who was thinking about it.
Yeah. So overall, you'd say that the academy is good value for money.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
definitely good value.
I suppose if you were to sum up my academy in one line, what would you say?
Not sure. Life changing. It's changed my life. Like, so I like it's made, like I said, it's improved my life so much. I would say that, yeah, I would describe it as definitely. So it was been a life changing experience for me. So that's what I would say.
Yeah,
it's the phrase I use for it.
Wow, unreal, man. Would you say the lean and limitless academy would describe what we do?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely. I've leaned up anyway doing it, so I'd say that's a fair description.
Yeah, and would you feel you've become more limitless in your mindset and doing things and pushing yourself, like physically and mentally, in terms of making that move to Australia, all these things that you're going to do?
Yeah, 100%. Like I've said, trying and push myself now in ways I wouldn't have done before. Like I said, doing the half marathon or whatever. I'm going to try to do a full one at some stage in the next few months. I'd say I want to go over to Australia. One of my friends is doing the Melbourne Marathon, so I might do that with him. But yeah, it's 100%. Like I've kind of realized, like I said, because before when I'm doing the same kind of things over and over again, I wasn't really pushing myself because I just, like I said, it was just doing the same things over and over. So this has kind of taught me that to try and push myself and see how it goes. And then like I said, I could surprise myself, like I said, with the run and stuff, how fit I was. And once I actually decided to push the limit a bit, and sure, just going to try to keep doing it.
A lot of people do say to me, I feel like I need a one-to-one PT. Like I don't have the motivation. Would you agree that that's not what you need and you can achieve it without that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, sure. With the app and stuff, everything's tracked. It's the videos are it's the same as doing. It's very similar to doing an in-person PT. I find it's just with the app, with the food, everything. It's so easy to track everything, and thing that you don't need, unless you're very 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 bad at kind of motivating yourself. You don't need the PT. If you have any bit of kind of self-motivation at all, the app and your video calls, everything is perfectly.
So a lot of people come to me and they say, I'd love to start, but I just don't have the time at the moment, or something has happened, a family situation has got in the way, whatever it is. My view on that is you probably need to start now more than ever, if that's the case. What would your opinion on that be?
Yeah, I reckon generally, I can think if you think you want to start now, you should just start now. Like if you're after reaching that point in your mind when you think you're after kind of realizing or thinking there's something you need to do, just go for it. That's why I was kind of thinking anyway, because I was the same. I was kind of humming on about like money or this and that other thing, and I said just go for it. And it's been perfect for me. So I just think if you think you need to do it, you probably need to do it. And I would say go for it.
And on the time front, has this caused hassle to your life? Has it added extra time? Is it a chore? Or has it just slotted into your life?
No, it's been fine. Like I said, with the workout stuff, once you get efficient at them and doing them properly, they don't even take, you can bang them out in an hour. It's just once you kind of get used to it and put it in the routine. Like I said, with myself, most days I start working at 11 o'clock, so I can go in the morning. I have plenty of time to go in the morning, and I can go on or else even in the evening after work. It's just a matter of just making a little slot for it every day, and it's not been, like I said, in no way a chore. It's just an hour maybe that I wouldn't be sitting in front of the television or something like that. It's far more productive use of my time, and rather than being a chore, and an enjoyable use of my time as well, I would say.
Some people will say to me, I'd love to join, but I'm going on holidays next week, or I have a festival in 3 weeks, or I have a birthday party. You like your few points. Has this affected your social life or held you back from anything?
No, not at all. It's like I say, it's not at all. It's helped my social life, I would say, in a way, because I just feel a lot better going out, and I look better. But I went on holidays shortly after I started with you, and like I said, it wasn't like you told me what to do. Just be as active as possible, go do your steps and that kind of thing if you can, and we start again. Then we just started again the next week, and it made no impact, bad impact on my social life or my holidays. The holidays didn't really affect that, and I did fine. There's been a couple of weeks in between, I've been not so well lately, over the summer, say I've been going out for a good few pints and stuff like that, but it's still just the routine is so good now that like I said, just maybe just eat a bit less or do a bit extra before the week of or something. But it's in no way negatively affecting social life or anything like that with me. I think it's been a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's funny there you actually mentioned that probably improved your social life. So would you say you're enjoying the situations more because you're obviously in better shape, you're more confident, but would it be fair to say that you're not feeling guilt for doing those things now because the rest of your life is so in check?
Yeah, that's definitely it. Like, it's just, instead of, like I said, it's kind of more in check. So instead of maybe going out for a few pints on the weekend and then spending the whole week eating crap, I have kind of now have the mindset, the realization that I can just, like say, go out in the weekend, maybe have me a few pints, whatever, do whatever on Sunday, and then Monday back in doing food diary and the gym and the steps, and it's gets you back going and back in a good routine. Like, and it's definitely far better than not doing it and moping around on the sofa the whole time. Like, it's very good that way. Like.